We start when it says now. I can say live video is starting.
He wants his daughters. Oh, there it goes.
I think we're good. I think we're live.
Cracking open one first thing on a Friday.
Fresh Celsius, that is.
Mmm.
Powered by Celsius. Best energy drink there is.
Yeah, happy Friday, everybody. It's Chris and Jim here, founders of Demons Behind Me. We missed you guys last Friday. Last Friday we were on the road up in Ohio, Mansfield for incarceration. What an amazing event that is. First time ever being there. If you've never been, I would suggest doing it. The atmosphere is totally different than any other festival we've ever been to, especially with the old prison being there. That place was just creepy and cool. That's all I can tell you. We had a private tour, which is awesome. I got to learn a bunch of stuff about the prison and some of its background and its history. It's also where Shawshank Redemption was recorded. A lot of the scenes from that was recorded there.
Nice.
So that was really cool to learn about that, but also to learn about some of the weird stuff that goes on in that place was really cool. And then our first day there on Thursday when we set up, got our tent all set up and getting ready to go. DWP's group, Haley, who takes care of all the sponsors and everything, basically told us just go get lost. Like, go get lost in it. He's like, we were like, all right. Fine. So we actually got to see a lot of the parts of the prison that most people didn't get to see on the tour because it was we had no chaperones. We were just going into every room that was unlocked and checking it out, which was kind of cool.
I'm jealous. I didn't get to go, but I want to go now.
Yeah, it was fun.
I want to go next year.
Definitely interesting. And like I said, that place is it's got just a weird vibe to it when you go in some of the rooms. You know, some of the rooms you go into and it's just super quiet, and you can, any other place in a prison you hear a little bit of echoing and stuff, and some of them are real cold when you go in, some are really warm when you go in. It was just a different feel. One room we went into called the attic. It's got a weird story behind it, but you can literally go, when you walk upstairs you can smell smoke when you walk into that room. And there's never been a fire up there per the guide. So if I won't go into the full story, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that does, go check it out. But if you want to read up on it, there's a story behind the attic, which is really cool.
Nice. Hey, Cliff.
Oh, happy birthday, Cliff! Today's Cliff Watson's birthday. He's a big what are you, Cliff? Now 29.
I think
29 years old. Jeez, that means I'm 29 years old because I've known him that long.
I'm 25.
Oh, perfect.
Great.
This is awesome.
Thanks, Cliff.
Thanks for moving the clock back for all of us. The only guy I know that still looks 29.
That's awesome. All right, if you guys are just joining us, as Chris mentioned before, I'm Jim. This is Chris. We're the founders of Demons Behind Me. Coming at you now, it should be every Friday for a while. We go live every Friday to share a story that somebody shared with us, their Demons Behind Me story, what Demons Behind Me means to them. Or they talk about how they overcame a hardship in their life. They share their story with us at demonsbehindme.com under the resources and stories tab. Share your story, help someone. We share these stories because there's somebody going through something similar and they likely don't know how they're going to get through it. So by sharing how somebody went through it, that's going to show them at least one way that they can get through it. And our intention is to give that individual or those individuals going through something similar some hope. And we know it's therapeutic to share the story as well. So we're going to share a story in a little bit here. Obviously, we're going to answer any questions that you may have, address any concerns. So if you have questions or comments, shoot them in the comments sections. We're keeping an eye on that as well. But yeah, just getting back from incarceration, kind of getting things organized, and was likely the best event we've ever had in 3 days, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, most of the festivals we do are 4-day festivals: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This one here was only a 3-day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and tell you what, I mean, the turnout repeat customers and new customers and the people that brought people over to our tent that had bought from us prior. I was like, you guys got to come check these guys out. They're so awesome. They're so friendly. I mean, there was literally a couple of times where when as soon as the gates opened, we didn't stop until like 7 o'clock at night.
That's
you
awesome.
know, literally walking around the tent with sandwiches in our hands, like eating while we're pulling shirts and helping people.
Yeah.
It was literally that busy. So, want to thank everybody that was a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
All our old friends, new friends, everybody we met. There was a lot of hugging, a lot of handshakes, a lot of tears, which is, you know, is an amazing feeling. When you get to meet somebody new and they read the story about what Demons Behind Me means and how we came up with it and what the idea behind it was, and you see their reaction. I mean, I'll never.
Yeah.
There was one guy that walked in the tent on the last day. He literally had Demons Behind Me stuff on that he bought the day before, but I guess he never read the story, and there was enough time on Sunday for him and his wife. They were standing outside the tent. And he read the story, and he literally walked in the tent and just looked at me, and he was like, "Can I give you a hug?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he literally had tears coming out. I was like, thank you for all you do. And I was like, we wouldn't be able to do it without you guys.
Yeah.
And his wife like made him leave. She's like, come on, you're gonna get mad at yourself if you start crying. Come on. She's like yanking him out of the tent. So you know, he just kept saying thank you.
Yeah.
So you know that meant a lot to me. You know, I love it when anybody buys anything. Of course, you know. That's always a great feeling. But when they read that story and they connect to it and they have a connection to it, that to me is a deeper meaning behind it. You know, that means more to me than anybody buying anything. Like, I'd rather you read that story and connect with the story and maybe not even buy anything from us at all. But now you know the story behind it and you can carry that with you and share it with people as well. So that's how I feel about it. So
Yeah.
it's an amazing weekend.
Yeah, big thank you to all the people that we've met that supported us out there in Ohio, whether they're meeting us for the first time or they've met us multiple times, and super grateful for you all and helping us to share our message. It's going to bring somebody hope. Even just wearing our t-shirts or hats, people are going to ask you, what does that mean? That's your opportunity to tell them about it. Maybe they connect with us on the website. Maybe they look at these stories that we share on a Friday. Sean, hello. Sean, where are you reaching out from? If you guys have comments, questions, shoot them in the comments. We're keeping an eye on those. We're going to share a story from Jeff in a little bit here. A couple other things, couple updates. The shirt that we only sold at incarceration, we call it the jailbreak shirt. Really cool design on the back. The message is, don't be a prisoner of your past. Kind of in the lines of, you know, it was a lesson, not a life sentence. These are now available at demonsbehindme.com, the limited number that we have, so definitely take advantage of that if that is a message that you relate to. Those are available. All of our new women's swimsuits and bikinis, one piece, high-waisted, those are all now available at demonsbehindme.com as well. And then we have a cool bundle for each of them. So top and a bottom bundle, you're going to save 15% off of both items. So whether it's for you or for your wife, girlfriend, etc., those are available now. As always, whenever we launch something new, it's always limited quantity, so don't miss out. I know it's still warm here for like another 6 months, but up north might be cooling off, so we get it. Get the bikinis now.
One thing that we did for this event that we haven't done in some of the other events was we rolled out with a lot of the new women's product. What a great response with that piece of it. You know, we're kind of steering away from the V-neck. So right now, if you go online and you do like V-necks, we got a lot of those marked down. We're trying to revamp our ladies' side. And we had an overwhelming response for the new ladies, rocker tanks and racerbacks. So if you haven't seen those, or you're looking to maybe find something for a lady friend, gift-wise or something like that, check those out. The ladies absolutely love them. They're not too clingy. They're not too. They're true to size. So we got a very good response with those. It's probably the best festival we've ever had where we sold women's product. It was right there with the men's shirts, neck to neck.
Really, really cool. Our closeout flannels, we still have some left. They are marked down to $34.95. These are closeout. Once they're gone, they're gone. If you want to get the most affordable flannel that we offer, right now is the time to do that. So snag those, and then probably mid-September we'll be releasing 4 new flannel patterns. And our hope is we'll have enough inventory to carry us through the holiday season. So we're kind of tripling everything that we brought in last year. But even at that, don't wait. You might miss out on a size. It may be a while before we get those back in. So take advantage of the flannel sale. We have all the new women's items, the rocker tanks, the bathing suits, the bikinis, and then also we have some great leggings with a matching sports bra. I mean, this stuff is top-notch, sewn completely for us. If you like Fabletics products, we basically kind of built them off of the same material, the same quality, same structure, sizing, etc. So take advantage of the women's stuff. Take advantage of the Jailbreak t-shirt. I'm going to dive into a story. Before I do, there's 2 other things. One, if you're a brand ambassador for Demons Behind Me, there is now a brand ambassador private group for you to join. So you should have received an email yesterday. If you did not, send us a message. This is going to be a great place for our ambassadors to connect with each other, to collaborate with each other, and then we are also going to be able to share up-and-coming sales, things that you will have exclusive access to as well, so get on that. And then we've also created the fan page, the Demons Behind Me fan page. Same thing, even if you're not an ambassador, go to the fan page. It's not private, join it. There's already people sharing their Demons Behind Me stories on there. And another spot where we're going to share new products, we're going to share discounts, specials that we have coming up. So join those groups. As I mentioned before, I'm going to dive into Jeff's Demons Behind Me story. Jeff is somebody that Chris and I have had the opportunity to meet year after year at Welcome to Rockville, and then we also got to meet him at Earth Day Birthday this last year. We know him like family. We know him and his whole family, so this one hits hard. And it's Jeff's story, but it's not about Jeff, it's about his daughter, and I think it's super important to hear, either if you're going through this on your own, or somebody or a parent that may be going through something similar. Jeff has some really good supportive recommendations here. So he's shared a story with us at demonsbehindme.com under the resources and stories tab. Share your story, help someone. So diving in. So my story isn't about me, but it's about my daughter, who has now been Baker acted 5 times over the past 4 months. Back in March, she attempted to OD on her prescribed medications along with an undisclosed amount of Tylenol. Between April and May, she was Baker acted 3 times because the thoughts of suicide was overpowering for her, and she had thought it was best for her to go back to the facility. Agreed the discharge of the 3rd visit, she was placed into a long-term facility where they were not very helpful for her, so she was discharged. On the 12th of this month, which I believe was April or May, on the 12th of this month, she had an appointment with her psychiatrist, and between the nurse and the doctor, they had made my wife feel as if she was a bad mother, and my wife was at the brink of a breaking point, and she let all of her anger out and had her mother on the way to have her admitted into a facility. While my wife was on the phone with her mother, our daughter had thought that her mother had hated her and figured the best thing to do was commit suicide. My son, for whatever reason, had went into my daughter's room and had found her sitting in a puddle of blood. My wife has estimated the blood loss at 1 to 1.5 pints that she had lost. So my son called 911. While my wife was holding pressure on her wrist to try and slow the bleeding, they got her to the hospital, put 4 stitches in her hand, and got her admitted to the facility. At this point, she's supposed to get out on Monday and start in a person PHP, a partial hospital program facility, on Tuesday. For the family members out there fighting every day to keep your loved ones alive from the demons that are down inside of them, keep fighting for them and keep showing them how much you love them. It's not always an easy thing to do, but it is the right thing. Also remind them that they have to keep fighting every day as well, because they have a purpose, and that purpose isn't over yet. You guys are a great group. Can't wait to see y'all. Welcome to Rockville, which they came in. They come and see us every year. So, Jeff, thank you for, I know your story, but thank you for sharing your story for everybody else. The end point here, for family members out there fighting every day to keep your loved ones alive from the demons that are down inside of them, keep fighting for them and keep showing them how much you love them, and keep reminding them that they do have purpose. I mean, that's it. We never know when that individual is going to turn, whether it's this situation here, whether it's a struggle with addiction. If we keep fighting for them, keep reminding them that we love them, that's the best thing that we can do. Sometimes it doesn't always turn for the best, but if you want it to, at least you're giving yourself a chance for that. So, Jeff, thank you so much for sharing your story. Appreciate the continued support. I know you guys have been through a lot, man, and I hope that things are going well right now.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff, for sharing your story. You know, I know me and Jim have both had, you know, side conversations with you at numerous events over the years, you know, and you guys are a big advocate of Demons Behind Me, and you've shared this story with me and Jim. You know, our heart goes out to you guys. I know you guys are constantly, you know, fighting, you know, to help your daughter and keep her moving forward. So, you know, that, like Jim said, that's the biggest thing as a family. We got to support one another. And it gets hard, you know, it gets to the point, you know, where, you know, I've had people come to camp before and be like, you know, well, what do? You just, if they won't listen, if they won't change. And, you know, and me and Jim both, you know, sit there and told people, like, you know, change only comes with change. So they've got to want to change, but if once you give up on them, then they think that there's no need to change.
Yeah.
So you got to constantly advocate to them that, you know, like, you're wanting to help them and that you're willing to help them. But ultimately it is, you know, their choice to make those changes and want to do it as well. But like Jim said, you just can't give up on them. They're family members, they're friends, they're your neighbors. There could be a person sitting next to you on a bus. You just don't know what somebody's going through. So you always got to give them the opportunity to, you know, make the change, but give them the support system they need to change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a lot of people are sick of trying, but it's a lot worse when there's nothing to try for anymore. So keep that in mind. If you need to take a break, step back, take a break. But if you keep trying, it may save their life. You know, no matter what it may be. So. Jeff, thank you again. Appreciate you, man. Hope to see you soon. Eric, checking the comments. Eric, appreciate the support, man. That's great feedback. Absolutely. Hopefully we keep coming out with a lot of good quality stuff. Jeff is going to receive a $25 gift card to demonsbehindme.com. Any story that we read receives that gift card. All the stories that we receive and read, they all get put up on our blog, which is again under at demonsbehindme.com under the resources and stories tab. You can go in there and read. There's hundreds of different stories, some short, some long, but a lot of diverse stories, because Demons Behind Me means so many different things. So, you know, if you're going through something, you want to read how somebody triumphed over something hard, hit that blog for sure.
There was one of the things that stood out to me at incarceration was there was a lady that came in and she was in a wheelchair, amputee, both of her bottom legs were missing, had all kinds of scars up and down her arms. She may have even had something over one of her hands that was kind of prosthetic as well. And she ended up to the tent where I was standing, like around close to the checkout table. And she was like, hey, are you Chris? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Chris. And she was like, can I give you a hug? And I was like, yeah, let's you know. So I bent down to give her a hug in the wheelchair. She's like, no, I'm standing up. So she stood up and gave me a big hug, and she was telling me, you know, how she was ex-military and how she was her whole unit got blown up, and you know, and she's had this long struggle with her mental illness, like why did this not happen to me, and why did it happen to everybody else? And she was kind of going over that, and she was sharing her story with me, you know, and the battle that she's got to where she can just, you know, be mobile again and everything else. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I asked her to share her story with us, through the blog or through the email, send it to us and share your story. I explained to her, I was like, just like you, we've had a lot of military people that went through the same thing, and they need to see, how you beat your demons. Mm-hmm. So it was, the story behind Demons Behind Me meant a lot to her, and she said she was going to share her story, but she also made the comment that she might even be willing to do like a Zoom thing with it. So we're going to try to figure something like that out, maybe get some people on here live that want to share their story with us. Because Jim and I don't give your stories justice when it comes to just reading them. And it's going to take somebody that really wants to share their story to be able to do that, in front of other people. You're not in front of a crowd of 1,000 people sitting in front of you. It's a video feed. But if there's anybody out there that's interested in doing that, message us, let us know, and then we'll try to figure out how to make that happen. Because I truly believe that, coming from the horse's mouth is a lot better than coming from me and Jim, because it's just not the same. And those type of stories, when you hear them in person from that person, means it's a totally different feeling of accomplishment and seeing what they've done. So, like I said, if anybody's interested in doing that, let us know, and then we're going to try to figure out the next steps on making it happen to where we can do stuff like that, with live or even pre-record them and put them up. Something in those lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's really great. Maybe we can add something like that on the Share Your Story tab,
right?
Where maybe they can click a box to potentially do something live. So we share these stories because it's going to give somebody help. There's somebody going through something similar. There's a parent going through something similar that Jeff is going through. This is how Jeff made it through. These are some great recommendations and what's worked for him and his family. So. Somebody needs to hear it. So share our stories. You can see all of our stories on our YouTube channel. You can comb through our Facebook page. If you haven't joined the Demons Behind Me fan page yet, do it. There's an exclusive discount right when you join it. It's pinned to the top. So take advantage of that this weekend for sure, especially with some of these new great products that we have. And then if you're an ambassador, make sure you request to join the private group. And if you want to be an ambassador for us, if you have a good social media following, you like to post pictures, promote what we're doing, share our posts, you can apply at demonsbehindme.com. I believe it's under the resources tab, brand ambassador application. If it's not there, it's at the bottom of the page. So,
we do. Jim has implemented some rules for the new fan page, so just abide by those rules. No hate speech, no bad mouthing. No politics, none of that stuff. This is a place where people can reach out to each other and like a comfort zone place. If you're having a bad day, you can throw that message up there, and somebody's going to respond to you and kind of give you, talk with you a little bit. It may be myself, it could be Jim, it could be anybody, any other person. Anybody that's connected to that page sees the comments when somebody posts it up and so forth. So be kind, be courteous. Treat people the way you want to be treated. We take that stuff very seriously when it comes to what we do. We don't go into all the nonsense. We ain't got time for the nonsense.
Yeah, and if you're posting stuff trying to get a rise out of people, we'll just ban you from the page.
Yeah.
So we don't entertain that.
Yeah.
We got way too much other important stuff to do. So.
Positive vibes, man. That's what we try to push out everywhere we go and what we do. Positive vibes, smiles on our face. We wouldn't be here without you guys. I said that so many times over the weekend.
Yeah.
When people come in the tent and thinking me, and I'm like, no, man, thank you.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be here doing this without you.
Yeah.
And we mean that. Like when we came up with this idea in 2009, started with 12 T-shirts. And it's gotten to the point where it's at now, where we're busting at the seams with product, trying to keep up with what you guys were asking for. So we want to thank all of you guys. It's a blessing. It makes us humble. Every time I do an event, when we travel, it blows my mind the amount of people that gravitate towards our tent, or I came here just to see you guys first.
Yeah.
Before I go to any band, I'm coming here first, I said.
Yeah.
Because last year I waited too long and you guys ran out.
So it happens.
So it's humbling. It's a humbling feeling. So we love it.
Yeah. Yeah, and God gets all the glory, and when you feel that intuition, that pull, like, oh, maybe I should check this out. That's all glory to Him as well. So appreciate you all. What's up for the weekend?
Not much. I got my niece Brinley's third birthday,
Oh, yeah.
so I'll give a little update on Brinley. I know my sister-in-law, if anybody's been following any of her post page, it's called Brinley Piper's leukemia page, I believe is what it's called, top of my head. She's posted that some of the medication still hasn't done exactly what they want, but it's just been a roller coaster for them. So the most recent update is they got an update basically telling them at first that they don't know what this medication is going to do. Spend as much time as you can with her, because if this doesn't work, then they don't have any other options. So that was like that roller coaster going straight to the bottom, and then just the other day, they went in. They had to give her some leukemia in her spine, because the leukemia went into her spine, so they had to give her some chemo into her spine. It's never been in her spine before, but then they went in the other day. They pulled a sample. They put more chemo in her spine again. The blast number went from 84% in her spine down to 53, I believe. So it almost cut it in half. They went yesterday to do some blood work. Come to find out, she has no leukemia in her blood whatsoever as of yesterday, which is amazing because it's been nonstop in there. So right now, basically what they're telling them is that it's still in the bone marrow. The new medication that they have her on, it's an experimental medication, is doing its job, it looks like, but just doing it slow. So this Saturday we'll be doing her third birthday party, and she's feeling up to it. She went to Disney the other day and had a blast, so we're excited to see her and spend some time with her after being gone, for the last week.
Yeah. Keep praying. Dax, good morning. Welcome from Sioux Falls. We need to get out to South Dakota. We need to get out to Sturgis, maybe next year.
I know a lot of people asking us that.
Yeah.
When are you guys coming to Sturgis? Ugh. I don't know.
Soon.
Hopefully.
Maybe next year.
Hopefully. Maybe.
Awesome. All right. We got anything else?
No, not that I can think of. You guys just check out all the new product. Got the new Anchor shirt, the new Don't Be a Prisoner. We call it, I think it's online, it's called the Jailbreak.
Jailbreak, yeah.
So check it out. Some of the photos that we took of the jailbreak were actually in that jail, which is kind of cool. Some sick photos of myself and Vaughn doing some modeling in the jail. And I recommend anybody that's in the Ohio area, if you haven't ever done the walk through that jail, schedule it. It's pretty creepy.
I want to go there for Halloween.
Yeah, well, they do have a.
Sick.
They did have a haunted house that they had built downstairs, but they do a midnight stay where you get there at like 7 p.m. and you don't leave till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And they walk you through. You sleep in the jail. They put you in some of the creepy rooms where you hear stuff and stuff. It was I'll end with this real quick. The guy that was our guide was very, very awesome gentleman. Walked us through and everything, and he showed us some pictures on his phone. So there's one part of the jail where they called the chapel. It's where they made all the inmates go on Sundays for church. So he was at the front of the chapel taking a picture of the whole chapel. I guess it was like right when he first started. So he was standing like where the preacher would stand up on the little raised level, and he was taking a picture back towards the back of the room. And when he snapped that picture, he said he didn't look at the picture immediately. When he got home and looked at it, opened up his phone, and there's a black figure just standing in the doorway of the back of the chapel. Yeah. And it looked creepy. Like he showed it all to all of us on his phone. Jeez. And it literally looked like a man just sitting there, just staring at him like this. Like you can see his head turn, the jawline, everything. It gave me cold chills when he showed me the picture. I was like, I got cold chills now thinking about it. It was very creepy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It was very different.
Check it out if you're in the area. Check it out. Another thank you to Celsius for hooking us up with some great product, keeping our team fueled up, knocking stuff out, getting those orders out quickly. flipping our trailer, getting it ready for the next event. So next event is not until September at Louder Than Life. We're going to have our biggest tent ever. 20 by 20. We're going big. Come find us at Louder. We're giving away a bunch of tickets. More to come on that. Take advantage of our flannel sale. Get some of these closeout flannels. It's never too early for some Christmas gifts. Get them. When they're gone, they're gone. We're not bringing them back.
Yeah,
so
that's it. Cliff will be there with us at Louder. So you guys, if you've never met a Cliff Watson, you guys can meet one in September. It's right after my birthday.
I need to go.
Yeah, it's fun.
My wife will let me go on these trips.
It's a fun. That one's a fun one. I like it.
Awesome.
Little horse racing area. It's fun.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. We'll see you guys next weekend. You ever need anything from us, we're just a phone call away. Yesterday's behind you guys. Move forward today.
Rock on, guys.
That's it.
That's it.